Hello everyone! My name is Ioana and I've been running the blog Berries and Spice for about 5 years now. Wanting to take my passion for cooking further, I decided to start a YouTube channel. So, welcome to Fine Dining at Home, where my aim is to show you the process of making creative and refined dishes in my home kitchen. Today, I'll be making a dish of butternut squash that I'll be serving with a cream sauce infused with spruce tip extract, pumpkin seed oil, fermented white currants, and pickled onions. So, let's get cooking! tell you the story behind this dish. Last week, I celebrated my birthday a couple of weeks after my actual birthday. And as always, I decided to organize a dinner party. And as always, I decided to plan a menu around dishes that I had never made before, because that's what I always do in order to experiment and surprise myself and my guests. Sometimes positively, other times negatively, although the negative part hasn't happened too much. All right, so I put together my menu. I had my starters and I had my mains and I had the dessert, everything planned out. But I still wanted to use these lacto-fermented white currants I had made a week before and the spruce tip extract that I had brought from Romania a couple of weeks ago. And of course, what does Ioana do as a first step? Let's Google it. Try to find recipes with spruce tip extract and try to find recipes with lacto-fermented white currants. Of course, I came across a couple of recipes that I wasn't impressed by, because that's what always happens on Google, unfortunately. And so I went to do the next obvious thing, look through my cookbooks. Again, not enough inspiration. So I started thinking about, I took the next logical step. What's in season? And I immediately thought, hey, butternut squash is in season, pumpkin is in season, great. And it's sweet and it should work quite well with the saltiness and the acidity of the white currants. And it should work quite well with the bitterness of the spruce tip extract as well. So I did exactly that. I decided to build my recipe around these ingredients, and then I came up with the idea of putting together a cream sauce that is infused with spruce tip extract and to serve the white currants on top of the pumpkin butternut squash. All right, the dish was ready and I served it next to a couple of really umami rich dishes, which was a mistake from my side because this is quite delicate in flavor and it got completely lost. Now, I made another mistake. I under-seasoned everything, so it was really, really insanely sweet. And another mistake, the cream sauce, I hadn't infused it with onion and garlic like I did now, so it was a little bit bland. All right, the dish still got eaten, and let me tell you, there was definitely enough food on the table. But I wasn't happy and I wanted to experiment, and I thought that this dish has quite a lot of potential, so I did exactly that. Now, today I was very happy with the result, as a matter of fact. The fact that I infused the cream with garlic and onion brought a little bit more richness to the sauce. I also added pickled red onions, which I had not added last week. And let me tell you, these work so amazing in this dish. And they actually are such a great ingredient. They're one of my favorite ingredients to have around at all times. They work well with a lot of things. They just bring a little bit of freshness and a little bit of acidity. And they're just so easy to make as well. I will leave some links in my description in case you want to make them as well. And to be honest, you make them, you leave them in the fridge, and they last quite long. So mine, I made them with a bit of star anise and cinnamon and a couple of juniper berries. That's how I pickled them. I pickled them for maybe 3 hours because I hadn't had any this morning, so I quickly made them as soon as I woke up to have them to use today. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that my purpose for this YouTube channel is really to give you a glimpse of my creative process and what happens behind the scenes and how I come up with dishes and how the plating happens. And sometimes it fails, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's amazing. But that's the fun of cooking. That's really one of the reasons why I fell in love with cooking, the experimentation, and of course, the fact that you get that instant gratification. And if you don't, then at least you've tried and you've learned something new. So this is really what I want to share with you in my YouTube videos from now on. And I'm very grateful that you're here listening to this and watching this. And I'll see you next time. Bye!